My dear friends, when we see a confident woman walk into a room, many assume that confidence is something she was simply born with. But confidence is never just an inheritance. It is carefully built brick by brick, moment by moment, and choice by choice. What we see on the surface is often the outcome of struggles, lessons, and an unshakable belief in her inner worth. Behind the confidence of smart women lies a story. And today, let us explore what really gives them this radiance of strength. A confident woman is not one who has never fallen, but one who has learned to rise after every fall. She knows that failures are not the opposite of success, but part of its foundation. Every setback is not a signal to stop, but a direction to grow. She builds her confidence through clarity. She knows what matters most to her, and she does not allow the noise of the world to drown out the music of her own values. When she is aligned with her purpose, she no longer chases approval because she has already approved of herself. Behind her confidence is resilience, the quiet ability to withstand storms without letting them break her spirit. Life will test her with doubts, rejection, and criticism, but she transforms those very tests into testimonies of her courage. And yes, her confidence is also built on humility. She does not believe she knows it all. She is willing to learn, willing to adapt, willing to listen in there. True confidence is not arrogance. It is knowing your value while respecting the value of others. Her confidence also comes from consistency. Small habits practiced daily create the foundation of inner strength. She does not wait for the big stage to practice confidence. She builds it in the small, unseen choices of everyday life. She surrounds herself with the right people. Behind every confident woman are relationships that uplift, inspire, and encourage her. She knows that confidence does not grow in isolation. It grows in the garden of supportive company. She has mastered the art of gratitude. By focusing on what she has rather than what she lacks, she develops a sense of fulfillment that strengthens her from within. Gratitude makes her content, and contentment makes her confident. She also embraces authenticity. She does not wear masks to please the world. Instead, she allows her true self to shine. Authenticity is the birthplace of confidence, because pretending always leads to insecurity, but truth always leads to power. Finally, behind her confidence is courage. She dares to dream, dares to act, dares to live life unapologetically. Courage does not mean the absence of fear. It means she has chosen to walk forward despite fear. So, behind the confidence of smart women are resilience, humility, gratitude, authenticity, courage, and an unshakable belief in their worth. And that is why when they stand tall, they do not just inspire themselves, they inspire the world. When we look at someone who carries themselves with confidence, it is very tempting to think they were simply born that way. We assume they must have always been fearless, articulate, and self-assured. But the truth is, confidence is not a gift that some people are handed at birth while others are left out. Confidence is not a genetic inheritance. It is a daily construction project. It is built patiently, layer by layer, through experiences, reflections, and choices. Think about a child learning to walk. No child comes into this world with the ability to walk steadily. They crawl, they stumble, they fall countless times. And yet, with each attempt, they gain a little more strength in their legs, a little more balance in their steps, until one day, they walk confidently without even thinking about it. In the same way, confidence is developed not by avoiding mistakes, but by daring to take small, shaky steps again and again until stability and strength become second nature. Many times, people wait for confidence to appear before they take action. They think, I'll speak up in the meeting when I feel confident, or I'll chase my dream when I'm ready. But here lies the irony. Confidence does not precede action. It follows it. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, even in the smallest way, you are laying another brick in the foundation of your confidence. The first time may feel terrifying. The second time may still feel uncertain, but the 100th time begins to feel natural. Just as a muscle grows when exercised, confidence grows when practiced. Behind the confidence of smart women lies a history of deliberate practice. She was not always bold in expressing her opinions. She was not always fearless in facing challenges. But she chose to act despite fear. She chose to stand again when life pushed her down. She chose to learn new skills even when she felt unqualified. Slowly, each choice became part of her inner architecture. And what we now see as confidence is the product of countless unseen moments of courage. Confidence also grows when mistakes are embraced instead of feared. Too often, people think that confidence means always being right or perfect. But those who are truly confident understand that mistakes are not proof of weakness. They are teachers. A confident woman does not hide from errors. She studies them, learns from them, and allows them to shape her into a stronger version of herself. This shift in mindset from fearing mistakes to using them as stepping stones is one of the most powerful ways to build real confidence. Another aspect to remember is that confidence cannot be borrowed permanently from outside validation. Compliments and encouragement from others can boost us, but they are like sunlight. They can brighten us for a while, but true growth requires deep roots within. A smart woman builds her confidence by anchoring it in her values and her self-respect. She does not allow the opinions of the world to define her. She may appreciate recognition, but she does not depend on it. She knows that true confidence is not about being applauded by others, but about being aligned with herself. Confidence is built in small, daily actions that nobody else may notice. It is built in the moments when she chooses to try again instead of giving up. It is built in the times she prepares diligently when no one is watching. It is built in every instance she says to herself, I may not know it all yet, but I am willing to learn. And one day, after years of practicing this, her confidence shines so naturally that others assume She was always this way. That is the hidden truth. Confidence is not inherited, it is constructed. It is not a gift, but a skill. And like any skill, it can be learned, practiced, and mastered. When we think about the most confident women in the world, it is easy to imagine that their journeys have been smooth, filled only with victories and achievements. But if you look deeper, behind their confidence is a trail of failures, disappointments, and rejections. What makes them different is not that they avoided failure, but that they transformed failure into fuel. Every setback became a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. Failure has an unusual way of shaping confidence. At first, it feels crushing. It can make us doubt ourselves, question our abilities, and even want to stop trying. But here is the secret. Each time we go through failure and survive it, something inside us grows stronger. The fear of failing loses its grip on us. We begin to realize that failure is not the end. It is part of the process. Confidence is born not from perfection, but from the realization that setbacks cannot destroy us. Think of a tree struck by a storm. The branches may bend, some leaves may fall, but the roots grow deeper to withstand the pressure. Similarly, a woman who faces failure learns resilience. She may shed tears, feel pain, and experience moments of doubt, but her inner roots dig deeper into strength. The next time she faces a challenge, she stands taller, not because life became easier, but because she became stronger. Consider a young professional who prepares passionately for a job interview and still gets rejected. At that moment, she feels crushed. But over time, if she chooses to learn from the rejection, she sharpens her skills, improves her approach, and grows in perseverance. The rejection that once felt like a dead end actually becomes a redirection. When she finally gets the job she deserves, her confidence is not just in her achievement, but in the knowledge that she can survive rejection and still move forward. Failures are like hidden teachers. They may not arrive with kind lessons or gentle voices, but they deliver wisdom that success often cannot. Success can make us comfortable, but failure makes us reflective. Success can give us applause, but failure gives us depth. A confident woman understands this. She does not see failure as a signal to quit, but as a call to refine her methods and strengthen her resolve. Setbacks also give birth to humility, which in turn deepens confidence. If life always gave victories, arrogance might take root. But because she has tasted defeat, she knows the value of effort. She knows that nothing is guaranteed, and that realization makes her more grounded. This humility protects her from the fragile kind of confidence that collapses when praised less. Instead, she carries a quiet confidence rooted in wisdom. She has lost before, and she can still rise again. Another powerful effect of setbacks is that they expand courage. Every time a woman fails and chooses to try again, her fear of failure weakens. She realizes that the worst has already happened, and she is still standing. This realization gives her the courage to take bigger risks, dream bolder dreams, and face challenges with an unshakable spirit. So, when we admire the confidence of a smart woman, we must remember that it is not built only on her victories. It is built on her scars, her lessons, and her ability to transform pain into power. The failures she once cried over are now the very stones she stands tall upon. And that is why her confidence is not fragile. It has been tested, refined, and proven through the furnace of setbacks. When you look closely at a confident woman, you will notice something unique about her. She is not easily shaken by opinions, criticism, or even praise. She listens, she reflects, but she is not carried away by every voice around her. Why? Because her confidence is not built on the shifting sands of people's approval. It is built on the solid ground of her values. She knows what she stands for, and that clarity makes her unshakable. The world is full of noise, every day. Voices tell us what we should wear, how we should behave, what goals we should chase, and even what dreams we should hold. Without clarity of values, one gets pulled in every direction, like a boat drifting aimlessly in the waves. But a woman who has anchored herself in her values does not drift. She knows her compass. Even if the waves push hard, she stays on course because her values act as her North Star. Take, for example, a woman in a workplace where shortcuts and compromises are common. If she has not clarified her values, she may be tempted to follow the crowd. But if integrity is her guiding value, she will stand firm, even if it means slower progress. In that firmness, her confidence shines. Others may question her, criticize her, or even pressure her, but she is not shaken because she has already made peace with who she is and what she stands for. That kind of confidence cannot be bought. It is earned through the courage of alignment with values. Clarity of values also protects against self-doubt. When challenges arise, people without values often wonder, am I doing the right thing? Should I even continue? But a woman rooted in her values does not get lost in endless questions. Her values give her direction. For example, if compassion is central to her life, then helping others, even when unrecognized, brings her inner fulfillment. She does not need external validation because her values already validate her choices. That inner alignment produces a confidence that does not waver with circumstances. Many people confuse confidence with loudness or outward boldness, but true confidence can be quiet. It is the calm assurance that comes from living in harmony with what matters most. When a woman knows her values, she doesn't need to compare herself constantly with others. She does not need to chase trends or seek approval because she has already found her approval within. This frees her from the exhausting cycle of seeking acceptance, and instead, she radiates a natural, effortless confidence. Values also act as a filter for decision-making. Life presents endless opportunities and temptations, but not all of them are aligned with who we are. Without values saying yes to everything eventually leads to exhaustion and regret. But a woman with clarity can confidently say no without guilt. because her values give her the courage to prioritize what truly matters. That ability to say no firmly yet gracefully is one of the clearest signs of confidence. And finally, clarity of values brings peace. Many people wear confidence like a mask, hiding inner turmoil. But a woman aligned with her values does not need a mask. Her confidence comes from congruence. Her words, her actions, and her inner self move in the same direction. That congruence creates authenticity. And authenticity radiates as true confidence. This is why behind every truly confident woman lies not just skills or achievements, but a deep, unshakable clarity of values. Her values are her roots, her compass, and her shield. They guide her decisions, protect her peace, and give her the kind of confidence that no storm of opinion can ever take away. Life does not spare anyone from trials. Everyone at some point is tested with pain, rejection, loss, or disappointment. But what separates a confident woman from the rest is not that her path is easier. It is that she chooses to respond differently. She refuses to let difficulties define her. Instead, she transforms them into her strength. Resilience is her silent power, the hidden force that turns life's tests into powerful testimonies. Resilience is not about never being shaken. It is not about being immune to pain or appearing unbothered by challenges. A resilient woman feels the hurt, experiences the tears, and sometimes even questions herself. But despite the weight she carries, she refuses to stay down. She rises, sometimes slowly, sometimes painfully, but she rises. And with every rise, her confidence deepens, for she learns that her strength is greater than she ever imagined. Think of a seed buried deep under soil. It must push through darkness, endure pressure, and break through layers of earth to reach the light. In the very resistance that seems to confine, it is what makes it grow strong. In the same way, every test in a woman's life is not a wall meant to stop her, but a challenge meant to stretch her. By enduring, she discovers not just survival, but transformation. Resilient women are not defined by the absence of scars. They are defined by the courage to wear those scars with dignity. Each scar tells a story of nights spent in doubt, of moments when giving up seemed easier, of prayers whispered in silence. But those same scars are proof that she has endured, that she has grown. They become her testimony, reminding her and inspiring others that pain can be a pathway to power. Life's tests also have a way of revealing hidden capacities. When everything is smooth, we never truly know what we are capable of. But when storms come, resilience awakens inner resources we didn't know we had. A woman facing betrayal may discover forgiveness within herself she never thought possible. A woman facing failure may find creativity she never imagined. Resilience unlocks strengths that comfort never calls forth. And this resilience does more than shape her confidence. It influences everyone around her. People watch how she handles adversity. They see how she continues to walk with grace, even when her path is steep. And in her example, they find hope for their own struggles. Her resilience does not just lift her, It lifts those who witness her journey. This is why her life becomes a testimony, a living story of courage that echoes far beyond her personal challenges. Resilience also reshapes her relationship with fear. The first time she is tested, she may feel overwhelmed, but each time she overcomes, her fear loses power. She begins to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to grow. This shift is what makes her confidence so steady. She no longer fears storms because she has walked through them before and discovered she can survive. What people often admire as unshakable confidence is actually resilience disguised as grace. It is the quiet strength to keep walking, even with trembling legs. It is the decision to keep hoping when everything seems lost. It is the ability to turn every test into a testimony that declares, I was tried, I was tested, but I am still here, stronger than before. When people hear the word confidence, they often picture someone bold, outspoken, and unshaken by criticism. But what many fail to understand is that confidence without humility easily turns into arrogance. True confidence is not about proving superiority. It is about knowing your worth while still respecting the worth of others. Humility is what gives confidence its balance. It keeps it grounded, authentic, and inspiring rather than intimidating. A truly confident woman does not need to announce her greatness everywhere she goes. She does not feel compelled to compare herself constantly or to diminish others in order to feel powerful. Why? Because she is secure within herself. Her confidence is not fragile, built on the need for applause. It is strong enough to allow space for others to shine. That quiet strength is humility. Humility also deepens confidence because it creates room for learning. As someone who believes they already know everything becomes stagnant, while someone humble acknowledges there is always more to discover. A smart woman understands that every person she meets can teach her something, whether it is a child with innocent curiosity or a colleague with years of experience. By keeping her heart open to learning, she grows continuously. This growth builds lasting confidence, not the shallow kind that fades when challenged. Consider the workplace. A woman who is confident but arrogant may intimidate her peers, creating distance and even resentment. But a woman whose confidence is rooted in humility inspires trust and respect. She may be skilled, but she also acknowledges the contributions of others. She celebrates teamwork instead of seeking all the credit. As a result, people are naturally drawn to her leadership because her confidence uplifts instead of overshadows. Humility also protects against the fragility of ego. Without humility, confidence can crumble the moment it faces criticism or failure. But a humble woman does not base her identity on perfection. She accepts her mistakes with grace, learns from them, and moves forward. Instead of saying, I cannot fail, she says, even if I fail, I can grow. This outlook makes her confidence resilient, able to withstand challenges without breaking. Furthermore, humility keeps confidence authentic. Many people wear confidence like a mask, projecting an image of strength while hiding insecurity inside. But when humility is present, there is no need for a mask. She does not pretend to be flawless, nor does she feel lesser for having imperfections. Her authenticity itself radiates confidence. Because people trust those who are real. And when a woman is real, her confidence feels genuine, not performative. One of the most beautiful aspects of humility is its ability to connect people. Confidence without humility can isolate, creating distance between the individual and those around her. But humility builds bridges. It communicates, I see you, I value you, and I can learn from you. This openness strengthens relationships, and strong relationships, in turn, reinforce confidence. A woman who knows she is supported by meaningful bonds carries herself with greater assurance. Humility also keeps success in perspective. Achievements may bring recognition, awards, or admiration, but a humble woman never allows these to cloud her vision. She remembers her struggles, acknowledges the support she received along the way, and remains grateful. This gratitude grounds her confidence, ensuring it remains steady and graceful rather than inflated and unstable. This is why humility and confidence are inseparable partners. Without humility, confidence is like a balloon, impressive at first glance, but easily popped. With humility, confidence becomes like a tree, rooted deeply, standing tall, and providing shade to others. And that is why behind every confident woman lies not just courage and resilience, but also the quiet strength of humility that keeps her grounded. Confidence is often mistaken for a sudden burst of courage or a dramatic breakthrough moment. But the truth is, real confidence is not built in rare, extraordinary events. It is built quietly, day by day, in the small choices and consistent habits that shape a woman's life. What we see as the glow of confidence is usually the result of a steady discipline that has strengthened her belief in herself over time. Every habit is like a drop of water. Alone, one drop seems insignificant, but drop after drop, they fill an ocean. In the same way, each daily action, though small, adds to the reservoir of self-belief. When a woman commits to her routines, whether it is waking up early, journaling her thoughts, reading to expand her mind, or exercising to care for her health, she sends herself a powerful message: I can trust myself. That trust in her own consistency becomes the foundation of her confidence. Imagine two women preparing for an important presentation. One waits until the last moment, relying on luck and bursts of energy. The other has been preparing gradually for weeks, refining her material day by day. On the day of the presentation, the second woman radiates confidence, not because she is naturally fearless, but because her consistency has built assurance. She has earned her confidence through preparation, and it shows. Consistency also protects against the trap of self-doubt. When habits are irregular, uncertainty creeps in. But when habits are steady, self-belief becomes unshakable. A woman who consistently invests in herself knows she is progressing, even if others don't see it yet. In the each day, She follows through on her commitments. She builds evidence that she can rely on herself. Confidence, then, is no longer a fragile hope. It is a proven fact. It is important to understand that confidence is not about perfection, but about progress. Consistency does not mean never missing a day. It means returning again and again, no matter how many times you fall. When a woman keeps showing up for her own growth, even in small ways, she builds resilience. Over time, she looks back and realizes that her confidence was not born from a single moment of success, but from hundreds of tiny victories stacked together. Another hidden gift of consistency is that it silences the inner critic. Doubt often whispers, "You can't do this. You'll never be enough." But when a woman has been consistent with her habits, she can answer that voice with evidence. I have shown up. I have worked. I am growing. Her confidence becomes grounded not in empty affirmations, but in lived proof. Consistency also creates discipline, and discipline brings freedom. Many people think discipline is restrictive, but in truth, it liberates. When a woman maintains consistent habits, she is no longer enslaved by procrastination, mood swings, or excuses. She gains freedom to focus on what matters most. That inner freedom reflects outwardly as confidence because she knows she is not controlled by circumstances. She is in control of herself. Over time, consistent habits compound into transformation. Just as a sculptor chisels bit by bit until the marble reveals a masterpiece, a woman shapes her life through steady habits until her confidence becomes unshakable. She does not wait for life to hand her strength. She creates it daily. And when others admire her confidence, what they are really seeing is the quiet power of her consistency shining through. Confidence may appear to be an entirely personal quality, but in truth, it does not grow in isolation. Human beings are shaped by the environments they live in and the people they surround themselves with. Behind the strength of a confident woman are often unseen circles of support, friends, mentors, family members, or even colleagues who water the soil of her self-belief. These supportive relationships become the quiet but steady source of nourishment that allows her confidence to flourish. A woman can be intelligent, talented, and capable, yet if she constantly finds herself in circles where her voice is silenced or her worth is questioned, her confidence can wither. On the other hand, even someone uncertain of her own abilities can bloom when she is surrounded by people who believe in her, encourage her, and remind her of her strengths when she forgets them herself. This is why supportive relationships are not just comforting, they are transformational. Imagine a woman pursuing a challenging goal, perhaps starting her own business. There will be days when doubt creeps in, when failures feel overwhelming, and when giving up seems easier than going on. If she is alone in those moments, the weight may crush her. But if she has even one friend who says, "I believe in you," or a mentor who reminds her of how far she has already come, she regains the courage to continue. That simple encouragement acts as a spark that reignites her confidence. Supportive relationships are also mirrors. Sometimes a woman cannot see her own strengths clearly because she is focused on her weaknesses. The right people reflect back her potential, showing her talents and abilities she might overlook. This reflection helps her build an inner image of herself that is strong and capable. Confidence grows when she begins to see herself the way those who love her see her. But supportive relationships do more than offer encouragement. They also provide honest feedback. Confidence does not mean ignoring flaws, it means facing them with courage. A true friend or mentor will not flatter endlessly, but will gently point out areas for growth. Because the feedback comes from a place of love and trust, it does not damage confidence, but strengthens it. A woman learns that she can improve without losing her worth. And that understanding makes her confidence mature and steady. These relationships also act as safety nets. Life's challenges often feel less intimidating when you know you are not facing them alone. A woman who knows she has people to lean on during difficulties carries herself with a lighter spirit. She dares to take risks, not because failure is impossible, but because she knows she won't face it alone. That assurance transforms hesitation into boldness. It is also worth noting that supportive relationships are reciprocal. A woman who receives encouragement also gives it back. In uplifting others, she strengthens her own confidence. Each time she offers hope to someone else, she reminds herself of the strength she carries within. This exchange of support creates a cycle of empowerment where everyone involved grows more confident together. The people around us are like the soil around a plant. If the soil is rich, nurturing, and full of care, the plant thrives. If the soil is toxic, growth becomes difficult. A smart woman chooses her soil wisely. She surrounds herself with those who uplift, encourage, and challenge her in healthy ways. And in their company, her confidence does not merely survive, it blossoms into something unshakable. Confidence is often misunderstood as something that only comes from achievement, recognition, or success. But there is a deeper source of confidence that does not depend on external applause. It is gratitude. A grateful heart naturally radiates assurance because it is rooted in contentment rather than comparison. Gratitude creates fulfillment. And fulfillment builds the kind of inner strength that no external circumstance can easily shake. When a woman is grateful, she shifts her focus from what is missing to what is present. Instead of dwelling endlessly on her flaws, her setbacks, or the opportunities she has not yet received, she pays attention to the blessings she already holds. This change in perspective is powerful. It transforms scarcity into abundance, worry into peace, and insecurity into confidence. Gratitude whispers, I already have enough. I already am enough. And that truth silences the noise of self-doubt. Consider someone who constantly compares herself with others. Her confidence is always fragile because there will always be someone richer, smarter, or more successful. But when she chooses gratitude, she no longer competes with others for self-worth. She can admire another woman's success without feeling threatened, because her heart is full with the realization of her own blessings. That fullness itself is confidence, the kind that does not need validation because it is already secure. Gratitude also strengthens resilience. Life will always bring difficulties, but a grateful woman is able to find light even in dark seasons. She does not deny her struggles, but she chooses to notice the small mercies within them: a supportive friend, a lesson learned, or even the simple gift of another chance to try again. This mindset turns obstacles into opportunities for growth. Instead of saying, "Why me?" she says, "What can this teach me?" That shift gives her inner strength that makes her confidence unbreakable. Gratitude also fuels generosity. When a woman feels abundant inside, she is more willing to give, whether it is kindness, encouragement, or support. And in giving, her confidence grows because she realizes she is not defined by what she keeps, but by what she contributes. Her presence becomes uplifting to others, and in return, she feels a deeper sense of purpose. That purpose translates into a quiet, radiant confidence that no external achievement alone could provide. Another gift of gratitude is peace. Many people wear a mask of confidence while battling inner turmoil. But a woman rooted in gratitude feels peace because she is not constantly chasing more. She can enjoy where she is while working toward where she wants to go. That balance allows her to walk into any situation with calm assurance. True confidence is not loud or boastful. It is often the quiet peace of someone who is genuinely thankful. Gratitude also connects her more deeply with others. When she expresses appreciation for the people in her life, relationships grow stronger. When she thanks those who support her, they feel valued, and in turn, they encourage her more. This cycle of gratitude and support reinforces her sense of belonging, and belonging builds confidence. She knows she is not walking alone, and that awareness gives her courage. Ultimately, gratitude transforms her confidence from something fragile into something deeply rooted. Instead of being swayed by external recognition, she draws strength from within. She is fulfilled not because she has everything, but because she appreciates everything she has. And in that fulfillment lies her unshakable confidence, the kind that inspires not only herself, but everyone around her.